channel. All right, so we really need these watch hours up. So if you guys could please kindly like, share, subscribe, click the bell. It's absolutely free. I'm not asking anything else of you. Just like, share, subscribe, and click the bell, okay? We need to run these watch hours up. Please watch the videos all the way through. Really appreciate it if you could do that and help us out. It would mean the world to us. So, all right. I want to talk about and I came across this video. I only watched about maybe 4 minutes of it, stopped it because I do like to go into these videos as raw as possible. I did want to watch a little bit just to kind of gauge the direction of where the video was going, but we're basically talking about were the men of yesteryears better providers of the men today? So we're finna go ahead and get into it.
Opinion. Our fathers, grandfathers, uncles, they were not better providers than men are today. They just lived in a time where life was a lot easier. 1990, the average mortgage payment in America was $650. Today, the average monthly mortgage payment is $2,500. The average rent price in America in 1990, it was $370. The average rent price today is $2,000. Meanwhile, the average income in 1990 was $30,000. Today, the average income is $55,000. The average income hasn't even doubled, and that's in 35 years. The average minimum wage in 1990 was $4. The average minimum wage today is $7.25. So there's really no comparison, but people, they really lack understanding of this basic thing. And if you're gonna compare people from the past to today, this should be the point that y'all bring up. Is that people understood where they were in life and where they were on the social economic ladder, and they desired and wanted things that were according to where they were in life.
Oh, he's definitely on point with that, especially when he's talking about, you know, where people were. They understood their economic pocket, basically. They knew what they could and couldn't afford. A lot of people didn't dig themselves too deep into debt, whatever. And I think that because of the way that society operates today, the more informational age, everybody's into the sharing, everybody's into showing off their lives, showing off their cars, showing off their clothes, and traveling, and all of this stuff that's going on, that now everybody is now in this mode of, I need to either compete or I need to do what that person's doing. I want my life to be like theirs. And the money does not fit the lifestyle that a lot of people want today. If that makes sense.
Are men of today better providers than our fathers?
And to the point of the rent, you know, or mortgage, you know, $650. Personally, I believe that's what it should be, period. There's absolutely no reason why your rent is $2,000. That makes absolutely no sense to me. It never will. Rent should not be $2,000. $650, that sounds wonderful. That sounds doable. And that's what it should be. A car note, $250. That is what a car note should be. A car note should not be $1,500. I don't care what car you're driving. That is just absolutely absurd.
I say no.
Yes, we are. And first of all, we are overall, we're a better batch. We the best batch of men that been on this planet ever. But let's start there. We with our kids more. We handle more responsibility. We take more bullshit from y'all. So I feel like this the best batch of men ever created. If we got to be honest.
Yeah, even if we wanted to be better providers, the women fight us to be equal anyways. So it's like we're trying to be good, but they trying to fight us to be equal and this and that. So I think if he gave a economic breakdown, but that's always gonna vary depending on time anyway. So I don't even think that matters. It's just the women back then wasn't fighting to be a CEO and saying she not cooking, she not cleaning, she don't got time. So it's just a different dynamic.
You think women are fighting to be providers too?
Well, they for sure they love the word independent. They,
No,
they,
no,
you
no,
know,
no, no,
be
no, no.
independent.
No, not independency. Do you think women of today are fighting to be providers?
No.
Oh no. I mean, if they could find somebody to take care of them, they'll take it. It's just, I guess today they're requiring more of men. So
That kind of feels like an oxymoron, because if you want equality, then providing is also part of that equality as well, because it has to be equal in the whole, you know what I'm saying? The whole thing has to be equal. So whether it be equal pay, equal jail sentences, equal punishments, equal everything. Everything should be equal. If we get divorced, okay, fine, equal. Equal is you came in with your stuff, I came in with my stuff. You leave with your stuff, I leave with my stuff. That's equal. That's fair. Because equal means fair. Doing your fair share, providing your fair share. So it's strange to me how equality only falls under certain umbrellas, or equality only matters or is a big deal when there's a benefit to be gained out of the equality for them. That makes no sense.
we gotta be 6'6", 6-pack, six figures. And so it seems like it's just harder for us to do that. And then there's attitudes, it's just all over the place.
They fighting for the title, but less responsibility. Okay, they want to be looked at as household partners and equals to their man, without doing the same or as much responsibility as the man. Man, y'all are lucky to have us. Jess, Molly, Jerry, Nikki, Q. Y'all should be.
What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna hide myself so y'all can see the full screen. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm gonna hide myself for this show.
Really on y'all, on y'all knees praying for us niggas. We the niggas who your granny them was dreaming about. Because not only do we pay everything, for the majority of the part, we faithful.
No. That's wrong. Most men
And
don't.
I was just about to say that there's some sort of disconnect between.
The disconnect is y'all hard-headed.
No.
Y'all.
You're wrong. You might pay everything, but most of these men don't. Based on the average income of what men are making, two income household is needed. So no. Well, maybe because I'm taking it from my dad paying everything, my dad being that man.
And she right. I definitely see a need for two incomes coming into the household now. And I truly feel that that's by design. I think this whole push, you know, and this is just an opinion. This ain't no true stance or whatever. But I truly feel that this humongous push for feminism and the woman to get out there in the workforce and, you know, be the CEO and everything, I don't think that it was necessarily for woman empowerment. I think that it was for pocket empowerment. What I mean is, if you got two people now working, that's more taxes. Or if you have individuals, let's just say they're divorced, so now that's two more houses. That means that's two more rents being paid. That's two more beds that need to get purchased. Most households usually have about 2.3 cars, something like that. So we already got the car situation handled. He has a car, she has a car. Two separate dogs, two separate cats. Like it's two of everything. It's double. So now the stores are going to make more money because now the man and a woman have to shop. If there's a kid involved, there's a bed for the kid at his house, a bed for the kid at her house, clothes for the kid at his house, clothes for the kid at her house. Like everything is double. They're banking more money, banking more taxes. The housing market, selling more houses. Like every industry is now doubling or accumulating more in profit or whatever, because now there's two, not just the man. Also, the man is harder to snatch the money from. Need the woman because her checkbook, her pocketbook is easier to crack open. Hence, that's why a lot of the advertisement and the pandering is towards women. So again, it's just a thought, just an observation.
Man, most of these men are not like my dad, based on the statistics going on today.
Y'all got a misunderstanding of who, I don't know your dad in particular, but in general, y'all got a misunderstanding of who your grandfathers and your fathers was. Your fathers was fuck ups. They was not great.
Yeah.
Listen, they didn't have the same pressures, they didn't exist in the social media era. They did not have to spend as much money. And I think that the ability to survive was much easier based off of how much you made. It's just the truth. Wages haven't increased as much as the cost of living. And so the ability to support a whole family of 4 or 2 or 1 or 3 or whatever is much more difficult. And I think that because y'all falsely compare us to y'all punk ass fathers, we don't get the credit that we deserve. We better than them. We way better than them. We better than them punk ass cokeheads. Y'all daddies was cokeheads.
And your granddaddy.
Not all daddies, but I get his point. I believe that, and it should be across all generations, that things should be faster, things should be easier, information should be more accessible. We've now entered the realm of YouTube University and Instagram University and Coursera and blah, 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 blah. Okay. So with that being said, I do believe that we're more educated than the men of yesteryears. I'm not going to say that we got more work ethic. I definitely believe the men of yesteryears got that down pat. The labor, the work ethic, the slaving away. Okay, they got that. Bare knuckles, hard work, labor, lifting boulders, they got that. Steel workers, they got that. We now live in an era where it's more technological, it's more code based, it's more machine learning based, it's more so, and we're making more money than ever in today's time than they would have ever made back in that time. So I think that yes, we are better providers today based off the fact that the monetary gains of today are better. The price of living and everything, of course, that will never ever balance out, to be honest. But we make more money today. We come into information faster today. We're able to find someone to collaborate with faster today. Like everything today is it's way more easier to come into the information as needed to make a move. And I'm not going to say all of us, but a lot of us aren't lazy and or haven't reached that point to where this whole you can't teach an old dog new tricks or whatever, like you just get up in age and gas out. We're not there. This generation is not there. Like we're going to keep moving and growing and learning and evolving. And It just seems that the older generation could make the necessary funds needed to do what it is they need to do, but I don't think that they want to get involved with how today moves and operates. So I think that's what makes us a little bit better than the men of yesteryears. And again, I don't want to do that whole, because we are talking about different generations. We're talking about different industries that exist. I mean, again, the value of things were absolutely different, but because of the advancements that we have, I mean, it almost, the argument technically doesn't even make sense, because we're light years ahead now. We're in a better position than we was in yesteryears.
Beatz.
Your granddad had y'all staying in a shotgun shack. You can't tell me you know granted. This nigga had one job not to get caught up. He had to take a piece of paper out of his pocket. He couldn't even spare granted them tears. That's all he had to do was take the number out of his pocket.
Y'all daddies was weak as fuck. There was some bitch ass.
There were deadbeats in every generation. It's just that the deadbeats in our generation are more amplified due to social media. It's like it just.
It was more of them.
Yeah,
listen, these motherfuckers have families all over town. We social media.
You get.
That's why I keep in my mouth shut. That's not what it is.
Listen, they was listen. Y'all got to realize they was making 100,000 in the 90s. Do you know what 100,000 in 1992 was like?
Mm-hmm.
It's about 600,000 now.
Wait, so Anton, if they were doing that back then, right? Does that mean that if some men from back then was doing it, why aren't the men of today not doing it?
Because it's harder.
Because we got kicked out of the house.
More.
Is it harder or they're more lazy?
No, man.
No, it's more lazy.
It's still the same 8 hours.
Sometimes men don't feel there's no incentive for some men to want to do it in the first place, given the type of modern women that are here.
She hit it right on the head, and I was literally about to go there. There's zero incentive to get out there to make that kind of money today. Unless that man truly just wants to get out there and do it. He wants to build something. He wants to grow. He wants to start a company. He wants to do all these different things. Okay. He's planning for his retirement now in his late 20s, early 30s. He's already planning for it. Okay. Those type of guys are the ones that will go out there, hustle and bustle and go get that bread. With or without a chick. But with, again, social media, everybody's sharing everything. Everybody has an opinion. A lot of negative activity been going on towards men. Men are not feeling incentivized to get out here and hustle and bustle for a woman because they don't see what their return on investment is going to be. Or rather, they see what their return on investment is going to be, and it's going to be nothing. There's going to be a lot of court dates. There's going to be a lot of playing with the children being used as weapons. Fill in the blank. Well, at least that's how they feel today. It's going to be a waste of time. While passport bros came to exist, that got slammed. So, not saying that I'm for or against. I'm looking at what's going on before me. I'm just observing, seeing everything that's going on. Yes, the information, we can get it easier and faster. However, the flip side of that coin is I'm going out there hustling, bustling, working 12, 14, 16, 18 hours a day. What is my return on investment? Because the thing is, when men go out there to go get money, they go get money to then say, I can now take care of a family. woman in my life, kids, house, the whole 9 yards. When women go out there to get money, they get their money to be independent of men. They don't go out there to get money to bring to the fold to try and build something, build a real estate portfolio, start investing in chain restaurants, or starting up a lawn care service, or whatever. And I know I bring up a lot of different businesses. I run a business myself. Then that's what I talk business. Okay. But I think that's the major issue. She hit it on the head. It's not that men are lazy. It's not that men don't want to work. It's not that men don't want to get out there. It's they don't see the value. They don't see what their return on investment is going to be for going out there working that hard.
Today.
That's what I was
I
going to say.
think that a man will be willing to do more for a woman that he feels like he can get as much value from. And that's not necessarily using her like for her body or objectifying her, but if he feels like he can get a package deal out of this one woman, then of course he's going to cater and do more to her. But for some men, because I know a lot of single men and they don't want to do anything for a woman, not because they don't necessarily have it, but because they don't feel like that woman is good enough to be receiving his resources.
Absolutely. And I'm sorry to keep pausing like that. I'm gonna try to let it run through and let it rock through some more, but man, she's bringing up a really good point. Personally, I don't believe that anybody should reap the benefit or reward from your hard work and they don't bring no benefit in to receive the benefit of what you brought. What I mean is, if you working 12, 13, 14 hours, you get in from work, let's hypothetically say you make enough to where she could stay home, or she has the option to stay home, no food on the table, that's not a benefit to you. Clothes ain't clean, that's not a benefit. Again, going back into a business situation, ain't answer no emails, can't jump on the phone, make some calls. You're not helping build anything. There's no benefit to you. So I think that we really need to take a step back. There needs to be a reanalyzation of on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Both sides need to figure out what their benefit, if they even, match, click up, if they even link, if you guys even match, if you even link, do you click together? Does the puzzle pieces fit? Then we go into, okay, what's going to be the benefit of you being here? What's going to be the benefit of me being here? And move forward like that. But benefit, just wanting to be taken care of and all of that is fine and dandy. But what are you doing that's going to help that man put you in a position to where he's going to take care of you for the rest of your life? You have to put the work in for that. That is earned.
Yeah, like all y'all are good enough for a one-room shack, but you're not good enough for a 3-bedroom apartment. Like you hold your horses. So what your granny was compared to was a one-room shack because that was the shit that day. But what the equivalent of that is today is a 3-bedroom apartment, and y'all not worth that.
Well, the influence is bad too because women, everybody knew where they landed in the hierarchy of life, and they were okay with that. They were okay with being a man in a city. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wasn't trying to fly out or compete against the same people and all of that. I think that everybody was more willing to accept their lot in life and just work on being the best that they can in that space. Everybody wasn't being, you know what I'm saying, being influenced and all of that shit. Women, all of these women, I don't know where the fuck y'all thought that y'all was all TNs at, but that is a bunch of shit. That is the biggest crack ever. For whatever reason, y'all think that y'all all TNs, and that is a lie. You wasn't even a 10 in your own house, your own high school. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, bro. I seen chicks. I seen chicks that I graduated with. Like, you wasn't a shit in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you get all of these great expectations and all of this stuff from, like, stop it. And for whatever reason, I don't know if it's social media, I don't know if it's y'all friends, I don't know if it's y'all support group, I don't know if it's these punk ass therapists that's lying to y'all, telling y'all that y'all deserve love.
Oh,
man, listen,
100%.
Listen. Ain't nothing wrong with being a regular person. Regular person. Go and get your regular man and go and build that junk up together, and y'all probably can be great together. But you out here thinking that you deserve Odell Beckham Jr. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Molly and Jerry are setting the bar too high.
It's crazy.
I do agree. A lot of women today do have unrealistic expectations as it relates to men. And I can say this because some of the women that I've been around or have heard certain conversations, and I'm just like thinking in my head, like, sis, like that's completely unrealistic. But I will say this, as it relates to the household, I feel like the man is the head and the woman is the neck, and one cannot move without the other. I think where the disconnect lies is that there's this complex of, I don't think men were better providers then, but I do think that gender roles and where we are supposed to seemingly be look a lot different nowadays. I don't think a lot of women want to be independent. I think a lot of women are pushed into independence. And I'm agree with Q. A lot of men are not the sole providers in the household. A lot of the times, we gonna keep it a bean. In Black households, the woman is the one making most of the money. So my thing is, you expecting me to swing from a chandelier, keep my body up, keep my face right, keep my body tight, come home, clean, and do that. Whereas you get to just go home, you get to go to work, come home, and sit on your butt. That's what a disconnect is.
Jess, I've been hearing this a lot. I need to understand. What city are y'all making more money than us in?
Well, I can't speak for all cities, but right now I'm in Phoenix.
So she say that, you know, she gotta go to work, do all these things, you know, and handle that business, you know what I'm saying, the bump to the bump, and he get to do, you know what I'm saying, is sit on his butt or whatever. So I think what the real disconnect is that because women are, she says, being pushed to be independent, basically being forced to enter into the workforce, being pushed into getting jobs and being pushed to climb corporate ladders or whatever, that's supposed to exonerate them from natural motherly duties, the natural womanly duties. And we're not finna play this game as if we don't know what a manly duty is and what a womanly duty is. So I think what was happening now is that the man is expected to operate on the wavelength of women, think like women, speak like women, have emotions like women, do things around the house like women, when in retrospect it's not in reverse. You know, she's not finna change the oil, she's not finna change the tire, she's not finna cut the grass, she's not clean the gutters, whatever else, you know, is classified as a manly duty around the crib. That is where the disconnect comes from. Yeah, you working. Yeah, you making your bread. You doing what you need to do. doing what you got to do, insert whatever here, but that doesn't exonerate you from being a mother. That doesn't excuse you from doing what it is you need to do to tend to the children, tend to the meals, and things of that nature. That's not what that means. It's absolutely not what that means. Let's continue.
Phoenix, but I don't know the specific numbers on that, but a lot of the women are out earning men.
When? Where?
You just said
So
that.
black
You
women,
just had a
there are
whole
black women out earning
We
men.
just had a whole
A
conversation.
lot of the households that I've seen,
That's
the
right.
woman is making
We
more
literally
than
just had a whole conversation, and you just crashed out about men making
Crashed
more than
out.
you.
that's a
Yes.
straight.
I don't know where y'all seeing these women that's making more than men.
Yes,
Where?
Yes, the reason why you think women
And
are
what jobs do they have?
because in these same households, the man is doing the heavy lifting. So he might be paying, like, yeah, she contributing, but he paying the rent and she paying the bills and get the pocket to change. So now she got more money to spend, and it look like he ain't got it because he doing the heavy lifting with his money.
My thing is 2K is levels to it, right? I'm all about being what's good for you and your household. There are some households where the man is the sole provider and that works for them, but it's levels to it. A man who's a sole provider and that woman can rest in her femininity and take care of the house, he can get a sandwich at 3 a.m. But if it's a situation where both the man and the woman work and they're both contributing financially 50-50, and then let's not even talk about kids, where most of the time a lot of the women are doing the heavy lifting as it relates to the kids. So it's levels to it. That same man
I'm scanning
may
my
not be able to
mental
ask for a
Rolodex.
sandwich at 3 o'clock in the morning, because guess what? We both got to get up and go slave the next day.
Hold on, 2K.
And
I
I'm
am going through my mental Rolodex of everybody that I done coached, everybody that I done interacted with in real life. I can't think of one couple where the woman makes more money than the man. I can't think of one, not one.
It don't exist.
Not even I honest, and this is the honest to God on my father's grave. I can't think of all of the people that I know, and I know a lot of people. I can't think of one couple where the woman make more money than the man. Not even close. I'm thinking of couples where they both work at the same job, and he still put in more overtime than her. I can't think of it, honestly.
And the reason,
like, you know, Anton, but I feel like you're in a whole different bracket, right? So
No,
I
I'm
feel like the
not-
people
I'm
who
around
you
regular
immerse
people.
yourself with, it looks completely different than the average schmo Joe.
I'm telling
I'm
you,
talking about regular people. I don't know anybody where the woman makes more than the man.
because a woman is gonna naturally date somebody that's making more than her. Off top.
That's not true.
Now I do. Now let me add a
You know how many
caveat to
women
that.
date broke
Let me add a caveat to that. I know women
Smart
that are
woman would.
single,
Jody.
I know women that are single that make a lot of money.
No, they don't date men that make a lot more money than them. They have babies with men that make nowhere near the money they make. That's what they do.
But I don't know a couple where the woman make more than the man.
And listen,
I do know some single women that make a lot of money. I don't know a couple where the woman make more than the man though.
and Jess, like you were saying, if both of us go to work and you still got to do the majority of the kid stuff, it's because I do the heavy lifting when it comes to the bill.
No, we're talking about complete 50-50 financially though. Like it's split down the middle. I've seen it like that too, where the husband and the wife contribute 50-50 to everything.
Okay.
So
She's only conflating it to just the money though. She's not taking into account of all of the other duties that the man is bringing to the table that he's going to fill, that he's going to handle. She's completely leaving that whole aspect of it out. Let's just say, yes, okay, 50-50. However, when someone breaks into this house, it is not a 50-50 situation. It's a man gets up, man goes handle situation. It's if we out and a man is being disrespectful, you know what I'm saying, being perverted, whatever, it's not a 50-50 situation. It's man has to now defend woman. That's not a 50-50 situation. So we cannot conflate it to just a monetary thing. There's other factors that go into that.
So now,
But it ain't even.
The
but
woman
see, that's the
agreed to
problem.
it though, so
Yeah, and if they doing that, it's most likely out of a necessity. Naturally, most men want to provide. That is their natural position. That's just what it is. But yeah, I do believe in today's society. But if you saying something like that, he's still probably doing way more. And I mean, because I just can't factor in the 50-50 if we talking about providing, because they just do a lot more stuff. I know, well, mine do. I'm not doing. I don't want to take out trash. I'm not doing none of that.
And that's what I'm saying. Like she's walking that path that I'm talking about. There's other factors in there that goes along with that. She not taking out the trash. Boom. I'm not taking the dog to go get a haircut. Boom. Not taking the car to the car wash. Not pumping the gas. You know what I'm saying? Chances are you know what I'm saying, you running low on the gas. All right, if you could make it to the crib, or I'll meet you where you at, you know what I'm saying, I'll get you some gas. I'll pump it. You know, there's other things.
I do believe in, gender roles.
Gender specific roles.
Pulling them cans out there to the front of the house so that the garbage man can pick that shit up. You got wheels
Female
on
garbage man. It's a garbage lady.
It got wheels on it. Y'all better start pulling that can out to the front.
Well, yeah, you gotta do it now.
I told you. If you can put
Well, actually, I don't. My son do it, but
you know what, guys? I think that guys need to we got to start allowing for women to stay in poverty. Like, no, seriously, it sounds crazy, but it's absolutely true. Y'all got to stop upgrading them. No, you got to give her like let her see it, but don't let her really touch it, and send her back home, bro. Like, we got to stop upgrading women. We got to stop
desire.
Yeah, because let me tell you what happens. A lot of times when you upgrade a woman or you allow for her to come in your space, she'll start to develop a sense of normalcy around it, and it'll start to become entitlement. But if you let her see it and experience it, and then she got to go the fuck home, she always gonna desire it, and then that's when she pedestalizes you.
Well, I hope you guys, you know what I'm saying, took note of this particular episode. I thought this was interesting. Like I said, I watched about maybe the first 4 or 5 minutes just to try to get a glimpse of what we was getting into. I knew this was going to be interesting, but what do you guys think? Please leave your comments below. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell. Please make sure that you're watching these videos all the way through, because you never know when something that you need to hear is going to be said, or something that you need to see, is going to come later in the video. So make sure you're watching it all the way through. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell. Leave your thoughts down below as to what you thought of this commentary, what you thought of this particular topic, and what you think of my videos. I know the background isn't very manly. I just put it that way. Fishing poles and stuff, very manly. But we're trying to work on some things, update some things. But you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the guys that are tuning in. I appreciate, and returning viewers. I appreciate y'all as well. So this is the POV. I am Midas. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and click the bell. Share, subscribe, click the bell. Watch all the way through. I'm gonna keep telling you guys, watch it all the way through. I'm out.